Hello, please welcome to the demo for the Humane Task 2 screening. So here I'm going to walk you through a demo for the cross-platform action agent that I bought. So the action that I chose was to be able to send an email over two different web UIs, which is the Gmail web and which is the Outlook web. So if you want to go through a high, like all the details about how this code works and everything, you can go to the readme.md file, which contains an extensive explanation. It's about 400 lines, 300. So it provides how it works, the technical architecture, how it meets the specification, and how you can extend it and how you can make it more applicable in real life. So this is the code actually. So the code is actually so what we have is that we have an email provider, which is an abstract based class for both the Gmail provider and the Outlook provider. So the email provider is here, and then instead of using a real LLM, we're mocking the LLM, and we're using regex to be able to pass out the recipient of the email, the subject, and the body. So all that, if it was a real implementation, we could be using an actual LLM like GPT-5, but right now we're just mocking the LLM. So we now have this specific Gmail provider, which is now implementing the methods listed in the abstract base class. So throughout this code, what we are basically doing is we are trying to mock what the actual browsers would do, because in actuality, if you try to use browser automation tools such as Selenium or Playwright, Microsoft and Google, they are very robust and they are very good at detecting automated browser behavior, so they won't be able to allow you to access their platform securely. So you can try to use persistent user context, but still at the same time you won't be able to manipulate the DOM UI using automated browser behavior. They are very good. They use multiple techniques to be able to detect that, so they are very good at that. So basically I'm just going to run the code and show you how everything works. So this is the entire code base, implementing all of the features required in the specification. So to run the code, I have to first of all, so you can I'm sourcing my virtual environment, being activate. So now that we're in here, so what you actually have to do is that you have to send, so you can send a request, so like a human, a request in natural language such as this one. Send an email to deepgiringiro@ashesi.edu.gh about tomorrow's meeting with Itemi Shop. Say the meeting's at 2 p.m. So once I do that, the email agent is able to start working with the two providers with Gmail, and then it's able to interpret the instruction and send the email. It has come up with the recipient, the body of the message, the subject of the message, and then the body of the message. So it's now navigating to Gmail. Gmail inbox is able to be loaded, so it's now logging extensively all the steps that it's going through. It's preparing to send. It finds the compose button, enters the recipient, handles email suggestions, presses enter to accept suggestions, and entering the subject, everything. Once it's done with Gmail, we come to Outlook. So Outlook, we navigate Outlook, load the Office 365 login page, we check existing sessions. So here we also added a probability where Microsoft is able to detect automation patterns, but all of these are being mocked. We're just using some random numbers to determine whether the bot was able to detect us or not. And then once Microsoft bot detection has blocked the authentication, it cannot continue. And then at the end we close the email agent and we close the browser. So that's how it works. So we are basically mocking how it would go in a real browser, but we can't implement this right now for the scope of this exercise, because Microsoft and Google are very robust. So for you to go behind their back and be able to implement all this, it would require extensive stealth technologies to be able to hide your activity and try to show that try to exhibit human-like behavior, which would take more time than we're provided within the scope of this programming task. So this is the demo. Thank you.